Hi folks, it's Pete here from Ashtons Cars. Today we're looking around a 2011 BMW X3. This is the 2-litre diesel model, SE specification, and it's the X-Drive model, which means it's 4-wheel drive, 2-litre diesel engine, and it's got a very decent spec on it. I'm going to take you around the car very quickly and show you a little bit about why these are one of the most popular mid-sized SUVs on the market. So, this particular car, first off, has done 130,000 miles. So you can see, looking at it, it's in very good condition. They do wear very, very well, these BMWs. I personally have had a couple of X3s myself, as well as a couple of X5s, which are its big brother. And I've always found them to be very hard-wearing cars, very versatile and very strong. There are one or two things that you need to look for on these. Just to make sure that it hasn't got a timing chain rattle is one of the main ones if you're buying a diesel. Because that is something that can set you back a lot of money, and it tends to only be a problem if the car's not been serviced properly. So make sure you buy one that's got a decent service history, like this. So I'm going to go around the car quickly and just show you our particular BMW here. It's in very, very good condition. It's in metallic grey, as you can see. It's got a very nice brown coloured leather interior. Quite like that because it's a little bit different. It's not your average. A lot of these come in black and it looks a bit depressing inside, I think, in black leather. But with the grey, it does look fantastic. I will note that I've just taken this from the valeters and I've left the carpets for it at the valeters. It does come with a full set of mats, but they're not in the car currently. So when I'm showing you around it, there are no sort of footwell mats in the car, but it will come with a full set if you're thinking of buying this car off us. So another thing to look for on these is to make sure you get one with decent tyres on it. Tyre selection is very important on an X3. I found that having the wrong tyres before can cause all sorts of upset with the drivetrain because these are a 4-wheel drive car. And the same thing goes for any 4x4 really, but particularly BMWs with this X-Drive system. I find it is quite a sensitive system, and if you buy shoddy, crappy tyres, it will end up, giving you issues in the long run. This has got a good set of Goodyears on it. They're well suited to the car, so we haven't got any worries there. But yeah, just looking around this particular car, it's in very good shape. You would never think this car had done 130,000 miles. Yes, the weather's a bit crappy today, but I can assure you that this bonnet has barely got a stone chip on it under that rain. It's in very, very good condition for its age, and it really does, in my opinion, still look a very modern and desirable motor car, which is what you want from your BMW X3. Let's have a quick look inside. Now, to me, the interior of this particular car, it's an SE spec. It's one of the highlights of the car because it's got this nice brown coloured leather interior. I do like that over the standard black. It does make it look a lot more interesting. It's got a few more variety of colours in here rather than just the plain sort of black interior that you tend to find on a lot of BMs. They do all have these dark headlines, or 90% of them do, and when the black leather's in there as well, it's just a bit too much black, if you can understand. So no, this one's in very good condition inside as well as out. Very, very small split by here on the leather. That's actually not on the actual bit you sit on, it's just where the thing's been compressed down like that from people getting in and out of it. And this shouldn't really cause you any problems, but just something that I wanted to point out to any potential buyer. Have a quick look in the back as well for you. The main thing with an X3 is that there's not actually that much difference in this car in terms of size between this and the bigger X5. So you've still got quite a lot of legroom in the back there. It's perhaps a little bit narrower, and I find that better, certainly on the lanes where I live. I do find that the X3 is a lot more manoeuvrable and I can get through some gaps that I might not attempt in the X5. So certainly worth bearing in mind if you live somewhere like I do that's a little bit out in the sticks, that the X3 might be more suitable in fact. You don't tend to lose anything in terms of boot space or comfort between the two cars really. This has still got all the extras that you could possibly want. And of course, with a 2-litre diesel engine, it's more economical than the 3-litre X5. So, start her up. And there we go. We are due a service on it, and obviously we could do putting some fuel in, but there's no actual warning lights on the car, and we'll get a service done when we prep the car anyway. Very quick rev. It's very eager, the engine is, and there's no smoke, there's no real sort of sign of any wear on it. And the main thing to listen to when you start these cars from cold and that in fairness wasn't a cold start. But if you did start it from cold, just have a listen for a timing chain rattle for the first sort of 3 to 5 seconds. If you hear a sort of coarse rattling noise, then it is a sign that the timing chain gear has worn on the car, and that can be quite an expensive repair. So having a look at this one, as you can see, hopefully from my point of view here, you can see this brown black combo. It really works. I like the fact it's got that and the nice silver paneling on it. You've got 2 cup holders here, decent stereo system along with some ventilation controls and heated seats on this model. The SEs do come with quite a high spec, so it has got cruise control and everything on it as well. Pretty much everything you could ever want. Full electrics pack as well. So really good spec, nice driving position as is typical to BM, and you've got this Tiptronic sort of gearbox that is commonplace to most BM drivers now, where you just push back to go into drive, push forward to go into reverse, and then you get the sensors up by here, and if you press the P on top it puts the car in park. This particular car, it's not got the navigation, the switch is there for it, but it has got the telephone system on it, as well as, you know, decent stereo system, CD player, and it's got the iDrive system, which is very, very easy to navigate. I actually quite like these iDrive systems. They're quite intuitive and easy to use when you're on the move. So hopefully that's of some interest to you. We'll just have a little wander outside the car again. There's no real things in here to show you that you know, any sign of wear on it apart from that little mark on the driver's seat. So it's in very, very good condition, and if you're looking for this type of car, it's certainly the one I would go for, with 130,000 miles on it as well. You know, don't be alarmed by that. It's a BMW diesel. They're designed to do high mileage, and in actual fact sometimes you're better off buying a diesel that's done a few miles and been used properly than one that's just been sat around and hasn't been used. So if you need to get in touch with us, give me a call on 07932 873 646. Please feel free to give us a like, share, subscribe to our channel for more cars and offers like this, more car buying advice. Please feel free to comment below for anything that you feel relevant. Maybe you've owned an X3 and you can give us some insight into what your experience has been as an owner of one of these cars. And last of all, let me give you my number one more time, because the best way to get in touch with us if you want to part exchange value, if you want to know about delivery to your doorstep, is to ring me directly, and it's 07932 873 646. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. I hope the weather's better where you are. Take care.